SoresanCrockxen clan members, Pokemon fans, and all those who stuff on this video. Today, episode 8 of Pokemon Horizons review is here for you guys. I said I was gonna upload it yesterday, but it's late, as you can tell, obviously. It's late as fuck. So I'm recording it tonight, editing it in the morning to post it during the day, Wednesday. So right now it's Tuesday. I was supposed to upload it today because of the long weekend and all that shit. But anyways, point stands, it's late. Work was a bitch today, so you're getting it technically tomorrow, which is today for you guys. Anyways, this was a solid episode. This felt like the most filler episode out of the bunch right now. This just felt like, oh, we need something to happen, so we're just gonna create a scenario, and nothing really got accomplished. So it's the first filler, and it wasn't a terrible filler though, so I can't fault it too much in that aspect, but I really enjoyed it. Dot seems like an interesting character. Murdoch, I told you guys, I'm gonna eventually learn these names. Murdoch is G. He's a cool uncle. I'm a little okay with him now. I still feel weird that Dot has this mentality of like, everybody on the ship is weird and weak as fuck. Why is she here? What? Like, what happened with her family that she's on this airship with her uncle, right? How did we get to this point? Like, Murdoch is cool, don't get me wrong. Like, he's slowly growing on me, but I just want to know, how did it get to this point? How did it end up being where he has his niece on this airship with a bunch of mercenaries? I know we make the joke, they're not technically mercenaries, but I'm going to count them as mercenaries, because that's the type of shit I'm gonna say. Like, aside from that, the whole gimmick of why they decided to stop where they did, I don't really care. The Black Rayquaza stuff was hinted at again, but it really didn't develop anything because there was no more information. We did find out that the explorers are around, you know, with Ametio and his group. Like, we know for a fact that they're still around, so I'm a little hesitant that they're actually gonna be showing up a lot sooner than I want them to. Like, we're headed to Paldea next episode. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't want Ametio to be around. I keep saying his name differently, but it's because they say it a specific way in the Japanese language that I can't replicate with my Latino tongue. So I'm trying my best. I don't want them to interact with him like so suddenly. Like, if we're dealing with this new person that's supposed to be, you know, going after the pendant and Liko and all that shit, I don't want Ametio to be around. I don't want him to show up for, you know, the next like 10, 12, 20 episodes. I want him gone. Like, it's fine that they know that he's still around, but because he's the only one that cares about the Black Rayquaza, right? The other ones don't fucking care. So we know it's him. Like, we as the viewers know it's him, and I'm pretty sure Freed kind of has a hint that he's the only explorers that he's run into. He feels like it's Ametio who's doing this. So he has a sense that it's him. We as the viewers know it's him, but don't have them interact. I do not want him to show up anytime soon. We're going to deal with this new person, and that's perfectly fine. Like, the gimmick for the episode is whatever. I could care less. I just love the character interactions. Roy and Fuecoco, they're literally in sync. I love them to death. Seriously, every episode that comes by after Roy's introduction, he's truly becoming my favorite character, if he's not already. Like, I can't say, like Liko's a very close second, but like Roy just feels like a fucking shonen protagonist in all the right ways. It's fucking ridiculous, and I love this man. The whole, like, the fact that they're taking classes, I hope this becomes a reoccurring thing, right? I don't want them to just completely bypass the fact that these two kids are technically in school, so I hope that comes back and continues to develop and grow, and maybe it becomes like a project or some shit. I want that to happen. From the looks of it, it seems like they're in two different schools. It would make sense because Roy was on a fucking island for his whole life, so I still don't understand why the fuck he's going to a school in a different fucking place than where he was at. Like, as if the villages doesn't have a school for the children. I hope that becomes like a thing. Like, we realize, hey, these two are technically speaking in two different institutes. Or not institutes, but like two different schools. And that kind of translates. What I'm hoping, and this is just me being, you know, weird and all that shit. Since Liko's school is in Kanto, I want Roy's school to be in Paldea, so that way you can like mirror each other as like polar opposites and shit like that. So she's from Paldea, school in Kanto. he's from Kanto, school in Paldea. Like, I kind of want that mix in there. I'm hoping they bring this up more often, that they do have, you know, episode, like a filler episode of them just being in class and shit like that. Like I said, Dot is fine. She seems like she's going to be like an interesting character. Granted, right now she's still in like the early stages, so she's like the loner chick, which kind of meshes well with Liko, because Liko's a fucking introvert. So they can technically bond here. Since we find out that she's the fucking, she's the extra character in the ship, everybody and their fucking mom already assumed that whoever this fucking girl is Gurumin. We just get, you know, clear confirmation because we see her turn into the fucking outfit and shit like that. And she has like, it's not that she has a split personality. I know people are gonna say that. Well, I'm not gonna care, like say for sure people are gonna say that, but I get that sense of people are going, oh, she has split personality. No, she's just putting on a face like every other fucking content creator out there. I think the only thing that bothered me in this entire episode, the only thing that bothered me is the fact that Gurumin is doing a live stream, right? She's doing a live stream in front of all her fans and shit like that, and she's taking questions from fans. And Liko asks the question, right? They're in the same ship, right? The ship's not moving, right? They're not going anywhere, which means there's no outside noise right now. Like, everything is cool, chill. And when Gurumin, aka Dot, reads Liko's comment, she flips the fuck out and screams loud enough that Dot fell on live stream. She literally fell. And there was like an echo. I don't know if people caught that, you know, the people watching the show. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. But you can hear it in the playback, right? When Dot gets startled by the question and starts thinking about it, and then Liko screams, she literally reacts, and you can hear it in the playback. So you, like, how the fuck does she not notice, hey, this is in the same area, that was my scream on the video, on the live stream. Dots aren't crossing here? What the fuck? And not only that, the bitch has a fucking Quaxley. Who else has a fucking Quaxley near you? Obviously, Dot. So you're like, oh fuck, you know, maybe, I don't know. I'm not gonna say Liko's not self-aware of her surroundings, but that's kind of what it feels like, because I would have pieced the dots together from the get-go, personally speaking. But you know, these are obviously children. I'm a grown-ass man, so I shouldn't be comparing myself. But still, like, it was just way too fucking obvious. And that playback should have hinted at something, and I hope it comes back to bite her in the ass. I don't expect Dot to acknowledge that happened, but I'm hoping it gets brought back, and like maybe somebody's like, oh hey, did you hear the scream that happened in the live stream and shit? And then Liko goes back and watches the playback and is like, oh wait, that's me. But I know they're not gonna do that. That they're just not. Also, I love how I'm making these reviews nowadays where I just start rambling and shit. The old man, I don't know, this is probably like a theory that's just building in my mind just because I'm a fucking psychopath, and I'm not really a psychopath, but my mind, just the way I theory craft and all this other shit. You guys remember how back in like episode 2 or 3, I don't remember which one it was in particular, of the reviews that I was doing, I hinted at the fact that I thought that the Volunteers are the bad guys, and then the Explorers are technically the good guys, and that Liko is being protected by the bad guys of the show, and all that shit. I'm starting to think that the old man that we've seen in every episode, and this is the first time like he's physically interacted with Liko person to person. I have a feeling that he's gonna be the catalyst for all this shit. I have a suspicion that this old man, and I'm gonna make a video about it. Wait to see. I want to start doing speculations videos on Horizon, and that's one of the big ones I have right now, is that this fucking old man is part of the Explorers. If we go for the mentality that the Explorers are the bad guys of the show, I would subvert expectations, right, and then make it towards the opposite. But that's just me, my crazy ass mind. But with the way they're setting up, the Explorers are the bad guys. I have a strong suspicion that the old ass man that's in the ship with the Volunteers is a part of the Explorers, and he's just there undercover. I just have that suspicion. It's probably not going to be true, but if it is, I'm fucking goated, and I want to state it right now, before, if it does happen, right, I want to be like, I was here, I said it first, and it's done. But other than that, I think the episode was fine. Like, rating-wise, I'll give it like a 7.1 out of 10, just because it was a filler episode that didn't really accomplish much. It was just some character development, some nice moments, and whatever. Roy and Fuecoco are still the GOATs. I can definitely say they're my favorite characters in Horizons as of now. With Liko a very close second, but just Roy is just fun as fuck. But yeah, other than that, that was a fun episode. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. And as always, the link is in the description so you guys can watch the episode in case you missed it. And that's going to be it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been SoresanCrockxen, and I will see you guys in future videos.